Thank you, Bill, and welcome to Solna, the northwestern suburbs of the Swedish capital, Stockholm. Robbie Keane to the left there, leading out the Irish team for the 57th time on this, the occasion of his 123rd cap. The wonderful atmosphere that the Swedes can engender. We'll see how it goes under this roof. This is the third big football match they've played here in this rebuilt arena that hosted Chelsea in a European final back in 1999. But now brand new. Argentina were here. England, of course, memorably here, destroyed by Ibrahimovic. And now the turn of the Irish to take the field in this Friends Arena, as it's called. Teams lined up on a natural grass surface that was only relayed after a bandy championship final. Bandy being a kind of indoor ice hockey game that's played on ice, yes. They had to get the ice out on Sunday and get the grass in, so if it does cut up, that'll be part of the reason why. But it is a natural surface under this closed roof, which is keeping out the cold. It's certainly been very chilly in Stockholm all day, but remarkably pleasant inside this arena with the roof closed. Team that's been recast by Giovanni Trapattoni, ready now for the Irish anthem. Up to 3,000 Irish here to enjoy that moment, and they will hope enjoy the stadium this evening as well, with the right kind of result at the end of it.
Är ni med nu då? Du gamla, du fria, du fjällhöga nord. Du tysta, du glädjerika sköna. Jag hälsar dig, vänaste land upp på jord. Din sol, din himmel, dina ängder gröna. Din sol, din himmel, dina ängder gröna. Du tronar på minnen från fornstora dagar, då ärat ditt namn flög över jorden. Jag vet att du är och förblir vad du var. Ja, jag vill leva, jag vill dö i Norden. Ja, jag vill leva, jag vill dö i Norden.
Big moment for the two singers. Brian Burns from Wicklow, who is now living in Sweden, got his moment to sing Aron Levin, followed then by the Swedish anthem. A unique way to introduce the two teams on this big World Cup night. Sweden, well, their lineup featuring the Zlatan Ibrahimovic now of Paris Saint-Germain, who's virtually single-handedly destroyed the English with that performance recently.
Yeah, 4-2-3-1, and that frightens me, because when people put 5 in midfield against Ireland, we usually struggle when they have the ball. And with Ibrahimovic in front of them 5, it's very, very difficult to pick him up. Paul Green's been put in there to pick him up. Can he do it?
Swedish team then also featuring Tobias Hysén, the son of Glenn Hussein, one of Ronnie's teammates at Liverpool way back then. The Irish team, well, a bit of a shock really to see John Walters in that lineup after all we'd been hearing about the midfield choices.
Yeah, there's been a lot of different chopping and changing with this team, but Walters plays. Green and McCarthy in midfield, centre midfield have a lot to do. Green has got to see where Ibrahimovic is and stop the balls going into him. Long time since we've had an all Premiership back 4, but we have tonight. Looking forward to seeing them.
The other 2 captains, the 2 number 10s, Zlatan Ibrahimovic and Robbie Keane. So the toss has been won. The first victory to the Irish will stay, says Robbie, and they'll play right to left as they look from the other side of the pitch. In the way of things these days, to maximise the commercial revenue, there are 2 sets of TV teams at this international. The Swedes are on one side and we're on the other. So from the main grandstand, it will be right to left, but as we look down, and as your television will show you, it will be left to right that Ireland will play in the first half. James McCarthy, the Wigan Athletic midfielder, gets the call. 11th cap for him.
Big night for him, McCarthy. He wasn't in the team. Trapper said things about him that weren't very complimentary. If it was me, I'd go out there to do what I could to show the manager that I do deserve to be playing there every time Ireland play.
Well, the Swedish manager, Erik Hamrén, his team is just one little bit better than the Irish, a point better than the Irish in the Group C table, having got the better result against the Germans. Similar results against Kazakhstan and the Faroes, and indeed Sweden struggled in the Faroes, went 1-0 down before coming back to win by 2-1. But they did, of course, have a much better result against the Germans, having been behind.
Yeah, I think that German result has got everybody thinking these are a great team. They've come from 4-0 down to get back to 4-4. They are not that good, Sweden, but if you let them play, they'll play.
Well, they will kick off playing right to Ibrahimovic over the ball with the number 11 in their lineup, who's Hussein, and the game is on. And Sweden with their right back, Mikael Lustig of Celtic. Forwards Ibrahimovic, who wins that one in the air against Kieran Clark. And Shellstrom with an early shot that fizzes away. Well, that was an early effort by the man who was sent off at Celtic Park when his team, Spartak Moscow, played Celtic at the end of the group stage of the Champions League. Sebastian Larsson, one of 2 Sunderland wingers on the pitch tonight. David Ford keeping goal for Ireland. Competitive debut with the 6th time between the posts for him. Towards Walters on this near side. A little flick on from him to Shane Long. And Long back to Green. But possession lost. One back by Coleman. And out off the defender Safari. Born in Iran. Left back for Sweden. Made the position his own. Holding out Martin Olsen, Blackburn Rovers player. And this forward for Hussein. Firm challenge. Just ends in a throw-in.
Yeah, good skill from Hussein. Flicks it past John O'Shea. John letting him know he's there early on in the game.
Shellstrom, who came on in the game in Berlin when Sweden were losing their way terribly, and was a major influence in the side as they turned the tide and remarkably scored those 4 goals. Jonas Olsson of West Bromwich Albion, centre-back for Sweden. And Long from Ford towards Long. Olsson the winner there. There's 2 men who should know each other pretty well from the West Brom training ground, and steered back by Clark. David Ford, the goal-away custodian, and finally at the age of 33, the number 1. Long challenging, cleared by Olsen. John O'Shea there, standing firm. And McCarthy in to seize on this, and now Robbie Keane A mistake that was by Rasmus Elm. Now James McLean. McCarthy and Mark Wilson. And McCarthy for O'Shea. Coleman and Walters. And it's Coleman once more, awaiting his moment. And opting for the ball inside to McCarthy. And McCarthy, clever little one to Keane. And Keane offloading Mark Wilson now. And now McLean. And McLean still, a lovely jinking run by James McLean. Cleared away by Granqvist. But a good early burst by the Sunderland winger.
Great run from McLean after a lot of very, very good passing. Good to see the Irish lads passing the feet.
Keane. It's Wilson. And Wilson back for Keane again, who's opened up the possibility of a little cross here towards the back to Walters. Just couldn't climb high enough, under pressure by Safari.
It seemed he was too eager, Jonathan Walters, to get in there, give himself a little bit of room. Great skill out wide by Robbie Keane and a great little chip in. Walters on the back post. Look, he's trying to get over the top of the full-back and he can't do it.
But this is McLean's run.
Great little nutmegs here. That gives him confidence. Now he should have the confidence to start running at people. Wasn't the best ball in. Confidence should be up after a good run like that.
Significant in the opening minutes that James McCarthy has seen a good deal of the ball and he hasn't wasted it. It's been intelligent play from the midfielder. It might not have been the initial thoughts of the management, but he's here now and he's on the pitch and he was influential in the early moments.
You need someone like that as well when you go away from home. That's going to keep the ball. Okay, you may pass sideways, but you have to do it sometimes to keep possession of it. Later on in the attack, you can look to play balls forward and get people in.
Coleman with the throw, Walters on, but it's out off him. It's going to be a throw into Sweden. Rasmus Elm was the player whose early error led to the threat the Irish put on the Swedish goal. Forward then by Safari and away by Kieran Clark. And the referee, who is from Spain, Alberto Undiano, blows the whistle to indicate a free kick to Ireland.
No minutes gone, George, but Sweden have not shown an awful lot as if they're going to come out and cause us major problems. Okay, it's early on in the game, but nothing I've seen at the moment to frighten me.
Free kick taken by O'Shea. And it's a little push there on Long, meant he couldn't get at the ball, but it does mean that it's a corner to Ireland. First corner of the game, and going to the visiting team.
I'd like to see that one again, George. Olsen on Robbie Keane, wasn't it? He just seemed to push him straight in the back, and it was very, very close to being in the box.
James McLean to take the corner. Walters bypassed at the near post, and McLean will hurry to keep that in play. Swirled towards the back post. Robbie Keane there. Keeper's made a mess of it. Ball's gone out. The flag's gone up. It's gone behind for a corner.
Yeah, the Irish players were shouting for it straight away, the corner, because Robbie knew that nobody was in the middle from his cross. But good pressure from Ireland.
The goalkeeper did not cover himself in glory, Andreas Isaksson. Second corner to Ireland now. McLean. Complete miss kick by Robbie Keane. And the danger has dissipated. And it's Kacaliknic. Hussein runs and Ford comes out of his goal to put it out of play.
Well done, David Ford. But what a chance for Robbie Keane. And you just think they are the ones you need away from home. And you've got to score them.
Best chance so far, 6 minutes on the clock, and it went to begging. O'Shea, but that's been intercepted by Elm. And one back thanks to the good work by McCarthy, and then it's a trip by Safari. Long goes down, and it's a free kick to Ireland. O'Shea in no particular hurry while those ahead of him take up their positions. Shane Long, an obvious target. On an inside left spot at the moment as O'Shea looks ahead. And it's indeed towards Shane Long that it goes. And Long losing out there to Granqvist. Clearance by Lustig. Ibrahimovic challenged by Mark Wilson. And the offence is by the Swedish captain. The foot was high.
He done well, Wilson. He put his head down because he knew there was nothing much he could do, and then Ibrahimovic kicked him in the head.
Well, as the ball goes out for a goal kick to Sweden, news from the other matches tonight. Austria 2-0 up on the Faroes. Philip Hosner getting both goals. That match is in progress, but the one in Astana has finished in a 3-0 victory to Germany. Goals from Schweinsteiger, Götze and Thomas Müller, giving the Germans 3 more points as they consolidate their position at the top of Group C. Nothing unexpected about that. Nothing unexpected about Austria's position ahead against the Faroes. Maybe a little bit of a surprise that the threat in this game in the early stages is coming from the team in green. Shane Long and gets the throw off Granqvist. Was with Wigan for a time, but didn't make much of an impact there. Now he's with Genoa in Serie A. Seamus Coleman. And Walters. Safari got the better of him. Walters battling to get it back, and the assistant has put the flag up to indicate it's a free kick to Sweden.
It was the assistant, wasn't it? Referee hadn't blown until the assistant started waving his flag. Jonathan Walters does what the fullback did to him, but he gets pulled up for a foul.
Jonas Olsen. Shellstrom. Olsen. Kaceliknik's passed out, and McCarthy releasing Shane Long. And Long against Granqvist. Long! Another glorious chance goes a-begging. And again, McCarthy was in the heart of it to set it up. And Shane Long has completely blown it.
He knows it's a great ball by McCarthy. The weight of it gets Long running at the centre-back. Granqvist falls over, he's got to score again. It's 2 great chances we've now missed in just over 10 minutes. Are we going to rue missing those chances?
Shane Long knows he should have done better. This one has come down for Larsson, and Larsson is policed by Clark, and that goes out for a corner to Sweden. And for the first time in the game, the home fans get excited. Ibrahimovic just moving to a position under the nose of David Ford as Kim Källström prepares to take the corner. Hoisted to Olsen at the back, off O'Shea's head. It'll be another Swedish corner.
A lot of pulling and shoving. Olsen and Clark and Wilson and O'Shea, they're all, Ibrahimovic, they're all pushing and shoving for that little bit of space.
Now this time the corner will be taken by Sebastian Larsson. So much about Sweden's performance depends on what he brings to it. The Irish will be only too well aware of that. There's Larsson with the corner towards the back there, but Ibrahimovic struggling to control it. It's gone out, it's a goal kick.
It's a bit of a love-hate relationship with Ibrahimovic and these fans. You know, when things are going well for him, they love him, but when they can start getting on his back when things are not going well for him, and he doesn't look as if he's trying very hard. Hopefully tonight's one of them.
Eric Hamren made him the captain of the team to give him some added responsibility, and by all accounts he bought into that, and he's very influential. Team meetings, recreation time, training sessions, and of course on the pitch, but that's where it matters. And so far, nothing too much from him in this one. Källström. And Coleman Seen by the flight of it, and it's Hussein. No one in the middle. And Clark is able to clear it.
Got lucky Shellstrom. He just played a long ball and Hussein got in behind.
Elm. Again, Sweden just finding it difficult to create their patterns at the edge of that Irish penalty area. James McLean now. Back. Clearance by Wilson has gone straight to Elm. And now it's Jonas Olsen. And Behrang Safari. Olsen and Grandqvist. Ibrahimovic. Larsson. Lustig. Clark failed to control it. Little ball forward. Try and get Kacaliknic in there. One back by Mark Wilson. And boos from the Swedes, but cheers from the Irish for that. McLean beaten by Lustig. And a hefty challenge that goes unpunished on McCarthy. Sweden retain the possession. Safari. Shellstrom. And McLean's in the way. James McCarthy. Spotted Coleman in some space. Walters ahead. And Coleman for Paul Green. Coleman. And then Walters. And Walters for Coleman. Coleman taking on Kacaliknic. And forcing the corner.
The play, Coleman. That's where you want him. Taking the winger back into a full-back position.
Isaacson did cover himself in glory from the previous corner. James McLean. O'Shea in the middle of the box there. Kieran Clark up two. It's McLean. This is straightforward for Andreas Isaacson. The man he picks out, Rasmus Elm. It's Elm once more. Ibrahimovic. That's really straightforward for the left back Mark Wilson, and Wilson tried to find Keane. Robbie Keane did well to keep it in play. In fact, he hasn't kept it in play. Throw to Sweden. Heavy touch by Ibrahimovic. No foul, no. Elm, Lustig, Grandqvist, and Jonas Olsen. Safari. Kacaliknic. One back by McLean, and through the challenge of Shellstrom. Now McCarthy. In the middle is long. It's James McCarthy. Oh, and he overhit that, and he knows it. But McLean very strong in the challenge there, disposing of Shellstrom. Just feeling there could be something here for the Irish.
Yeah, he gets on it well, McLean. McCarthy knows he's there. Just plays it. He's trying to think about running offside, and he just takes his eye off the ball a little bit, plays it too hard. But they're getting at the Swedes, Ireland.
Rasmus Elm. Safari. Olsen. Trying to get down the side of O'Shea. O'Shea cutting it out. Hussein made sure that it went for the throw to Sweden.
There's a lot of balls having to be played like that by the Swedes, George, but Robbie Keane is doing a very, very good job of just dropping back into midfield and stopping the ball going to Shellstrom and Elm. And they're having to play long balls over the top of the Irish.
Kacaliknic. Oh, Shellstrom. Shellstrom, Larsson at the back. Headed away by Coleman. Walters has to get in there. Safari bumbled him over, and now to get the free kick.
First real bit of danger. Cross coming in. does well, Shellstrom. Just gets a half a yard and gets it in. Larson cannot get it back to where he wants to, and Ireland get away eventually.
Now the free kick eventually coming for the challenge by Safari. Long with the flick on. Walters back for Long, he's onside. And he's forced another corner.
Great ball by Walters. If Long could have just let it run across his body, he might have been in on goal.
And this is the fourth corner for Ireland in the opening 20 minutes of the game. Walters has physical presence to add in there. James McLean as ever taking it from this side. Header away by Larson, tidied up by Green. And now it's O'Shea, who hadn't gone forward for that corner. It was Robbie Keane. Keane just not able to control it. Shane Long's presence means it's a goal kick to Sweden.
So unlucky, Robbie Keane. He made a great run. He was waving at John O'Shea. Look, if you just top of the picture, he drops off. Now he makes it to run in behind the fullback. And great control. The ball gets stuck there. It just seems to be a bit backspin on the ball. Took it away from him.
I have to say, an encouraging opening 20 minutes from Ireland.
Very encouraging.
O'Shea wins that. And then it's Olsen, Safari, Ibrahimovic, down for Kacaliknic. It's Elm, Rasmus Elm. And back with Jonas Olsen. Shellstrom, Olsen. Given away by Granqvist. Now McCarthy. McLean. Put two on him and still he got the pass away. Good by McCarthy though. A chance to make amends. Steered it over O'Shea there. Awaits his moment. No foul this time.
Not that long. Yeah, not happy. Gronquist coming over the top of him. All over him. That is a foul.
He landed on Shane Long's head when he came down the top of everything else. But it was a push in the back of the head by Gronquist. Hussein, Larson, Ibrahimovic, O'Shea, Wilson rather in the way. It's Wilson again. And this time the foul is given, and it's given Sweden's way. Robbie Keane says, "What else could I do?"
It was pretty similar to Shane Long's just 30 seconds before. Elm doesn't get off the ground. Robbie tries to jump, comes over the back of him, and it's a free kick this time.
Now with Jonas Olsen. And there's Granqvist, Ibrahimovic, clattered. Oh, Ford makes the save. Well, that was Hussein, and he hit the target, which is more than Ireland have actually managed, and Ford had to go full length.
It's a great header by Ibrahimovic. It's a long ball in. Ibrahimovic, great header. Hussein reads it quickly, left foot volley, great save from David Ford. Look, Ibrahimovic getting up there, winning it, and Hussein reads it well. It's a good save.
There was nothing on at all until Ibrahimovic intervened. Sweden almost had something to cheer. Elm. Too long. That'll be a goal kick. Well, that was some effort on the volley, on the turn. Hit the target. Ford with a magnificent save. And after all the work, suddenly there was a moment when this team could have gone behind.
Well, he's got to be happy up till now. Of course, nearly 25 minutes gone. They've had one shot, really. The manager can't be disappointed with that.
56th time that he's taken charge of the team. Mark Wilson had a broken leg since he last played competitively against the Faroes back in October. Walters chasing into the corner, ultimately a fruitless run.
But it was unlucky again. It's good movement by Walters. He goes towards Coleman. The fullback goes and he spins quickly and goes behind him. Coleman played a good ball but just couldn't keep it in.
Has had a good start to this right side. Combination with Walters has been working out. That was O'Shea. In goes James McCarthy. Now it's Wilson. In the way was Olsen. Green stopped that passing movement going forward. McCarthy for Wilson. They're hurried by the left back. It's come down for Shellstrom. Hussein. Larsson past Wilson. The challenge by Wilson is clumsy, and a free kick's been awarded.
Yeah, more clumsy, as you say. Just can't get there. Might got a booking for studs up.
Well, he's fortunate he didn't. He got away with that. And it's just a free kick to the Swedes, and Shellstrom shaping to take it. Flat delivery, little touch, and Ford again to the rescue. Grandfist with a little touch there, and David Ford quite brilliant.
The hardest one for a keeper. Coming across a group of players, you don't know who's going to get a touch. Do I go? Do I stay? Does well, the keeper. Holds his ground. Shellstrom just whips it in. Ford does well to get a hand to it, knocks it away. It's the ball, you don't know who's going to touch it.
Swedish corner. Ford is there with clean hands, and that will have done his confidence a power of good.
So 2 good saves now, and a great take from that corner. That does lift your confidence.
News from Vienna, Austria now 3-0 up against the Faroes. Ivanschitz with the third, 3-0 to Austria. Germany having beaten Kazakhstan in Astana by a similar margin. Irish throw, Coleman to take. Ireland, a couple of clear-cut chances that were fluffed. Sweden with 2 big chances that have resulted in saves by David Ford. Coleman with the throw for Walters. Couldn't bring it under control. Goal kick to Sweden.
And also from that last free kick, George, Ibrahimovic got to the back post. Wilson was trying to go pick him up, and Olsen was stopping him. Ibrahimovic was on his own, unmarked, on the back post. You have to be wary of that.
Flick on by Kacaliknic. It's come to Coleman. For a header by Olsen. It's come down for Green. Green on for Mark Wilson. And McLean. And he's bundled over by Lustig. Clear intent on Lustig's part. He was going to be skinned and he wasn't going to let him past. And on another day, that might have been a yellow card.
Yeah, very lenient, the referee. That's twice now. McLean has gone past the full-back. That should have been a yellow.
Irish free kick. Wilson will take it. Towards Long. Walters up there too. Long complaining to the assistant that he was being grappled by his West Brom clubmate Jonas Olsen. It ended up as Walters' ball and a goal kick. get on at training. Flicked by Ibrahimovic, in went O'Shea. Ibrahimovic again. Denied by McCarthy. Green running into trouble, putting pressure on Wilson. Oh, that has gone for a corner. Oh, in fact, it's been given as a goal kick. David Ford clearly thought it was a corner. He dived for it and missed it, but the referee has awarded the goal kick, not the corner kick.
Yeah, getting themselves in a bit of a mess there, Ireland. There are times where you can just whack it as far as you can up the pitch.
Along with his thoughts, Giovanni Trapattoni. Forward by Coleman, Walters, Olsen away. O'Shea against Hussein, who's proving something of a handful. Shellstrom, Kacaliknic, and then Shellstrom, and the early ball towards Larsson, headed away by Wilson. Almost came down for Ibrahimovic. It's Rasmus Elm now. Poor pass from him, and Long is in ahead of Shellstrom. Keane for Paul Green and Walters. Long through the middle. Coleman on the overlap. Walters attempted cross, rebounds to Keane. Back now for Coleman. Coleman, little shimmy there, and then delivered for Keane, and now it's McCarthy. Rolled on for Wilson. Wilson with McLean in close attendance. McLean is stopped by Lustig. The ball's out and the throw is to Ireland. The Celtic full-back is having a tough evening against James McLean.
He had a very good Champions League, Lustig. I liked him when he was getting forward a lot.
Shane Long went down on that occasion. That's cut out by Clark. McCarthy challenging, but it's down for Shellstrom. And now for Lustig, and Lustig using Olsen, who's in space under no pressure. Shellstrom. To Elm. Shellstrom for Safari. Back with Olsen. In the fields of Athenry getting a first airing. Irish fans are behind the goal defended by Isaacson in this first half. And they're on their feet and singing. Some that will do good to the heart of David Ford in the Irish goal. As he said himself, he always loves to hear it as a Galway lad. This is Kacaliknic, and a chance here for Hussein, and Hussein still. And somehow it was Seamus Coleman who got back to make the decisive intervention, and Coleman has found Walters, and Walters has got a throw in.
Yeah, got themselves out of it again, Ireland. Ball bobbling around everywhere. Coleman dealt with it well in the end. Hussein again in the box causing problems. This is it, you don't know where it's going to bounce, but Coleman clears it up. Plays a great ball up to Walters.
Hussein is the only Swedish-based player in the starting 11. He's with Gothenburg. The rest scattered across the continent of Europe, from Russia to Scotland to Turkey to Italy and Burnley as well.
Hussein's one of those awkward centre forwards, isn't he? Small, stocky, quick feet, causes you problems when the ball's in and around his feet in the box. He seems to have switched for a minute with Ibrahimovic.
O'Shea with the free kick. Seamus Coleman trying to win it back. It's just too far ahead of Kacaliknic. And nobody there for O'Shea's booming crossfield ball. Out for another throw to Sweden. Ibrahimovic. That seemed to go out off Lustig, and the assistant referee agreed. Ireland's throw.
Now, well done, James McLean. Closing down quickly and stopping the full-back Lustig trying to get it forward. That's what you need.
Thrown into the corner for Shane Long. McLean. Back with Wilson. Green. Now Coleman taking on Kacaliknic, who's trying to hand him on to the fullback Safari. And Safari's done the job, and Kacaliknic can now take over. Shellstrom. And Robbie Keane comes behind him, but Shellstrom shielded the ball.
That's that job, George. Robbie Keane on Shellstrom. They were looking as if they were going to attack Ireland. Robbie Keane gets across, stops Shellstrom playing it forward, and they get men back behind the back, Ireland.
Well, play brought back for a free kick. The Swedes complain. The referee should have played advantage. It suit Ireland nicely. The free kick was given. Gronqvist fouled by Long. Might have played advantage there, the referee. Wilson failed to control it. He thought it was out already. But the assistant referee did not agree. Safari now. Shellstrom. Elm. Read by Green. Poor pass by him, easily intercepted then by Larsson. Shellstrom once more. Very much the go-to man in that midfield position. Forward towards Ibrahimovic. Against Wilson. He's lost his footing, Ibrahimovic, and Wilson able to bring it away. Shane Long against Gronqvist. And this time the free kick is awarded in Long's favour.
Yeah, I wasn't too sure about that one. Long got himself in front of Longquist. Longquist bundled him over. He thought so. See it there. He's had a kick at him. Good decision.
Well, that was the moment when Ibrahimovic threatened to put the pressure on Wilson, but the studs let him down. Green on for McCarthy. McLean. McCarthy. That's Wilson. It's invited the challenge. Came from Elm, and it's a throw in. Long had come short. The throw in was too long. Jonas Olsen. Shellstrom. Olsen again. Safari on the wing. Walters coming. Kacaliknic. Tricky winger. Ibrahimovic. And Ibrahimovic. Oh, deflection off O'Shea. Could have beaten forward. Fortunately for Ireland, the deflection went wide.
And that's the first thing we've seen Ibrahimovic do. Kacaliknic, a great run. Ibrahimovic just goes outside O'Shea, and it's Coleman a hit. Could have gone anywhere. Luckily, it went the right side of the post for Ireland. Either foot, Ibrahimovic, he'll strike them.
4 corners apiece then in this first half. And Ford beaten that time by Ibrahimovic. And beginning to assert himself.
Yeah, goalkeeper. He always gets stopped, doesn't he, as he comes for it. He didn't get there. Ibrahimovic should have done better.
Yes, beginning to see a bit more of him now, and with the crowd rising to that. Out for an Irish throw. Hussein on then for Shellstrom. Hussein had made the run right through from the right wing, just couldn't get there in the end.
It's good defending. Clark gets across and just holds his line, and Hussein can't get at it.
Walters against Olsen. It's come down for Safari. Shellstrom. No runner this time. Cut out by O'Shea. Paul Green will retrieve. Coleman's back pass might have been ill-advised. Ford wasn't apparently very happy with it. That though has come down for McCarthy. McCarthy with McLean out there. Wilson around the outside. McCarthy's come short. McLean opted to use the flank, and Wilson. And Mark Wilson has got a throw out of it. Kane forces the corner.
Tight spot, nothing he could do. But did well to get the corner. Good delivery now.
McLean then with it. Ibrahimovic rising, it's come off Olsen's head. In goes Green. Cleared by Grönqvist. Kacaliknic. Challenged by Green, and a card is going to come out for that. Paul Green's name going into the Spanish referee's notebook. First player to be cautioned in this game. Tackle on Kacaliknic.
Yeah, you'd have to say rightly so. The referee, Kacaliknic, just gets that little bit ahead of him, doesn't he? Green just can't make it up. It's a yellow. Just this little bit of pace he puts on there. He knows he's coming. Fools Green into going for the tackle.
Forward by Walters. Long tried to just ease it past Olsen. John O'Shea directing the header down to Clark. It's towards McLean, taking on Lustig, and he won the header, but there's been a clash of heads there, and both players in a little difficulty. And Long deciding, nearly decided to play on. Mikael Lustig and James McLean go over the same ball, and McLean won the challenge, but there was a clash of heads.
Wins the header, then that's it. Just momentum carries him into Lustig. He wins it well. Clash of heads, not nice. Olsen and Long again. Long was really only, he was having a joke, letting on he was going to run on with the ball, but Olsen come over and pushed him.
The Swedish Prime Minister enjoying his evening. Is he possibly sending a text? You'll never guess where I am. Larsson. A throw to Sweden.
The closing down by the Irish players in this first half has been very good. Everybody all round. Lustig just got out earlier, but McCarthy and Keane and McLean were around them. Every time somebody gets on the ball, somebody's closing quickly.
Olsen. John O'Shea under pressure from Hussein. Ball is out for a throw to the Swedes. Shellstrom. Ibrahimovic turning it back inside for Larsson. Now Larsson and Elm. Swedish throw. Minutes ticking down to half-time. Perhaps his side have had the better chances, the ones that forced the saves of the goalkeeper. Jonas Olsen, Ibrahimovic, Källström, Elm. Back with Grönqvist. Larsson, Källström. Safari, Ibrahimovic. Grönqvist. Larsson. It's out. Oh, it's a free kick is awarded. Lustig, the player who went down. McLean protesting his innocence.
He didn't really need to go in for the tackle. He just stretched and kicked Lustig. Silly to give it away. Got to be happy, hasn't he? Just for nearly half-time.
It's a free kick to defend here. Källström. And Ibrahimovic, an obvious target there. Grönqvist is in there. Mark Wilson intervened to put it over his own crossbar and give Sweden a corner.
He turned around and looked at his goalkeeper, David Ford. Can he come and get this? He's, what, 8 yards out? Felt he couldn't, he nearly put it in his own goal. Again, Källström with the ball whipped in, causing problems.
Corner taken short by Larsson. Back again by Hussein. Larsson. It's out, it's goal kick.
It's good defending again by Ireland. It is whipped in by Larsson. They're getting themselves in the way. They're stopping people running.
1 additional minute. The end of this half. Olsen has to go all the way back to his defensive position.
He dropped his hairband behind the goal and he had to go and get it and then run all the way back.
It's one of those pieces of equipment that is likely to become dislodged in the course of the game. Robbie Keane up. It's Safari away, McLean coming onto it and forcing Larsson into concession of the corner.
Half a minute left. Big man up. Good ball in from McLean now is what you need.
James McLean's corner, all the way across. It's gone out before it's come back. When it needed the good delivery, it wasn't forthcoming, and it's a goal kick to Sweden.
You don't never understand why players don't see. We've got half a minute left. Concentrate, get a good ball in the centre of the goal, we might score. He goes and kicks it behind for a goal kick,
and there isn't time. Kim Källström asking the referee, did he actually play the minute? Well, he did. And so the first half ends. Giovanni Trapattoni's team with 2 big chances. Robbie Keane's fresh air, Shane Long's blast over the bar, but then good saves from Ford from the chances by Hussein and Grönqvist. Half-time, we still await the first goal in Stockholm. It's Sweden 0, Republic of Ireland 0, and we'll have first half analysis after the break.
This is your chance to make any changes you want, because this is your takeover.
When the staff of a city centre hairdressers take charge of the business,
High five. It's definitely not business as usual.
it starts out all fun and games.
We have a little kind of family here.
We're such a family. We are like a family.
But it ends up as hard labour.
You can put your friendship at the door. We're not here to make friends.
I'd have to disagree.
The Takeover, Thursday at 9:30 on RTE2.
Apparently, somebody thinks I'm a monkey. Who is Spartacus?
I'm Spartacus.
No, I'm Spartacus.
No, I'm Spartacus.
I'm Spartacus.
I'm Spartacus. Calls for a Carlsberg.
So
police pay for these?
That calls for a Carlsberg.
For those who paint their faces and follow the team to far-flung places, who chew their nails brought close to tears and argue the greatest over beers, who might disagree with both team and formation, never turn their back upon their nation. For every man and woman, boy and girl, who they call the best fans in the world, that support as it should be.
The BMW 1 Series, a truly original driving experience. All the power and precision of BMW engineering, with a range of unique options on design, equipment and finishes for you to choose from, so your BMW can be built around you. And now the BMW 1 Series comes with €3,000 towards your deposit, and from just €299 a month. Express yourself with the new BMW 1 Series.
Centrum Men and Women, with adjusted levels of vitamins and minerals offering tailored benefits like supporting heart health for him and bone strength for her. Try Centrum Men and Women.
This is the story of why. Well, then every story is the story of why. You might start with the where, the when, the who, the what. But it takes the why to make them a story.
At the limits of your ability, you need to replace the electrolytes you lose in sweat. Give your body fuel. Keep your body hydrated. Lucozade Sport hydrates and fuels you better than water.
In the immortal words of Jay-Z, whatever deity may guide my life, dear Lord, don't let me die tonight. Anything I missed, General?
Call me Joe. G.I. Joe.
Well, at half-time in Stockholm, it's Sweden 0, Ireland 0. And Liam, you like the look of the team, whether by accident or design. It seems to be working very well, doesn't it?
Yeah, I think they're playing with a lot of confidence, Bill. They're playing with a lot of determination. I think Ronnie said in his commentary there that they're closing down quickly, all working together. And there's a physical strength about us tonight that we maybe haven't had in the past, you know. We've got big lads in the side. Walters is a big lad. Shane Long is a strong lad. Clark, you know, and they're really putting themselves about. And the Swedes are not enjoying it at all. McLean, another one, you know.
Yeah, he's doing well.
He's really doing well down the left. And we started off the game very well. We died a bit towards the end, I think. And Sweden came into it a bit more. But it's very finely balanced. But all in all, very positive performance.
Yeah, let's look at some good Irish play at the very start, particularly.
Yeah, well, McCarthy's involved. You know, we talked about him early on in the programme, but he's played with a lot of confidence tonight. The fact that Trapattoni maybe said those things about him hasn't affected him at all. He's looked very confident, very composed. And the thing I like about this team is that our full-backs are comfortable on the ball. You'll see both Coleman and Wilson in this move, Bill. Now, there's McCarthy again into Robbie Keane. This goes over to Wilson. And you need, when the Swedes have got so many people behind the ball, you need someone to be positive. And in this case, it's McLean. He does really well, gets in between two players. He might have been better off drilling that straight across the 6-yard box, but he tried to pick Shane Long out. And this was good skill. I think Robbie Keane's looked sharp. He's looked, you know, we wondered coming back from America what he was going to be like, but he's looked sharp. And Ronnie mentioned in commentary that maybe Walters got in there a little bit early and he was underneath the cross. But this was really encouraging and early on in the game. As I say, playing with confidence.
Are you surprised?
Yes, I am surprised, Bill, because the build-up to the game, I mean, supposed to be playing tonight, Glenn Whelan. He's playing instead of Glenn Whelan. So I'm pleasantly surprised.
Yeah.
I think everything Liam said is right. The attitude's been great. In the last 10, 15 minutes, Ibrahimovic showed a bit of life and they passed it a bit better. But they're no great shakes, Bill. And if we stick to our task, we may well create another chance. And the game is winnable. As we speak right now, it's winnable and it wouldn't be undeserved.
Yeah. In fact, John, we could have been 2 up, couldn't we?
Well, there was a couple of chances early on. Robbie Keane had a good chance, Bill, and Long had a good chance. I thought we started off particularly well. There's Robbie Keane's chance. He's swinging the left foot at it there. And he's usually good in those situations. I think it took him by surprise a bit. This McCarthy winning the ball to put Long through. Long does well here. Centre half slips, and I think when you see it up close, he's trying to catch it with the inside of his right foot, and it just bobbles on him a little bit. I think we better have him just a strike on it rather than trying to place it. You can see it from this position, just as he's about to kick it, have a shot at it. Just bobbles up just enough to knock it over the top. But there were 2 good chances. It started well, the Irish team. I agree with the lads. Started very, very well.
Have you liked what you've seen, John?
I liked what I've seen early on, Bill, and I think it's just a question now of having the confidence and the conviction to go and win it. You know, maybe they have the draw in their head, and I think it just got a little bit lax towards, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, and I think they're there for the taking.
Yeah.
And I think if we have the conviction to do it, they can go on and do it.
We can do it, OK. Now, David Ford is the oldest player ever to make a competitive debut for Ireland at 33. How did he do in your judgment?
He did very well. There was one, he floundered at the end, but he was fouled. But here he does really well. He's very sharp, makes it very decisive and sharp, and that could have been danger. If he doesn't, and here we see him make a relatively easy save, but he does it confidently enough. There's no real force on this volley and no conviction in it either, but he does really well. The next, this is a really good save. Very difficult ball. Shellstrom's free kicks have been a danger, and they will remain a danger. And here, he does it confidently. He's in command of his area. In that latter instance, he's fouled as he tries to come for that. But that was the only moment.
It was only a mistake, really, wasn't it?
He was, and he was impeded. But what you want from a goalkeeper is presence, decisiveness, and a calmness, and he's shown it. So any doubts about him, we can let it for now.
OK, right. We're going to take a break, and then we'll be back over to Stockholm for the second half. Scoreless at half-time.
In this morning and there's a little baby tiger there.
Yeah, I can see a pup. Oh, it's fantastic, really good.
The staff at the zoo are being kept busy by a lot of new arrivals.
You kind of forget how little and cute they are.
A new series of The Zoo starts Thursday at 7 on RTE1.
For those who paint their faces and follow the team to far-flung places, who stand for hours huddled in the cold for a rare glimpse of Celtic gold, who chew their nails brought close to tears and argue the greatest over beers. They might disagree with both team and formation, never turn their back upon their nation. For every man and woman, boy and girl, who they call the best fans in the world, that support as it should be.
Simply put, banks have to change, and at Permanent TSB, we're making these changes. We're changing to do the simple things right. We're going back to basics. Basics like making sure our bank is run responsibly. Basics like being clear and upfront with our customers. Basics like saying yes and no for the right reasons, but always letting you know where you stand. Basics that simply make banking better for you. It's Permanent TSB. It's back to basics.
Cyclists are among the most vulnerable road users, so we have a responsibility to respect their right to the road. On left turns, do not overtake a cyclist as you approach a junction. They might be continuing straight ahead. Always be aware of cyclists when getting out of your car. Use your mirrors and check your blind spots. overtaking, allow plenty of space. Cyclists may need to avoid drains or other obstacles. When overtaking large groups, take particular care, as they may travel two abreast. When turning right, a cyclist may move to the centre of the lane. We all share the road, so respect cyclists. And always expect the unexpected.
Standing next to me, left or right side, take your pick. But girl, you got to make it quick. Yeah.
Coors Light, Rocky Mountain Cold Refreshment.
Welcome back. Now, just let me repeat the scores. Germany beat Kazakhstan by 3-0. Austria 3 up in the Faroe Islands. There's a little bit more to go. And if the results stay as they are, we will drop to 4th place. So...
I wouldn't worry about that, Bill. No.
You wouldn't worry about it?
No, I wouldn't worry about it. It was a fact that, Austria are going to beat Faroe Islands at home and Germany would go to Kazakhstan and win. This is not getting beat tonight. Although I think John said it right. If we have the conviction, we could go and win it, and that would really set us up to finish second in the group.
If you brought Wes Houlihan on now and took Robbie Keane off, Houlihan would run the game, Bill.
Oh, a bit early for that. I think it'd be a bit unfair to Robbie Eamon. I think he's sharp,
but I think that would be a very positive move to make. Because really what we've learnt tonight is that Sweden are pretty average.
Pretty average, yeah.
And we wouldn't you wouldn't be daunted by the prospect of having to beat them at the Aviva to go into the playoffs. And, the other thing we've learned tonight is how good the Irish players are, how adaptable, how much they've given to the game, even with all the messing before the match.
Quickly, John. There for the taking, you said earlier on.
I think it's the manager's job at half. Really, I think this is where you really do your stuff as manager to tell the players what they've seen in the first half. It's there for the taking to really go for it.
All right, let's see what happens. Let's go back to Sweden and our commentary team of Ronnie Whelan and George Hamilton.
Thank you, Bill. Welcome back with the news that Sweden are making a substitution. Mikkel Lustig, who was involved in that clash of heads with James McLean, replaced by Mikkel Antonsson, who plays centre-back for Bologna, was on the losing side and got a yellow card at the weekend, last weekend when they lost 2-0 at home to Juventus. He's 31, but he's only making his 7th international appearance, so he's not exactly a frontline defender for Eric Harmran's team, but he's the change that they've had to make at half-time, and presumably he will go...
he's gone centre-back, George.
Centre-back, with Grantfitz going to right-back. So that's his club position that he's occupying in the Swedish team now. It's he and Olsen are the two centre-backs, with Grantfitz, who came close to scoring in the first half, at right-back. Second half underway then. Ireland kicking right to left in the second half. Well, having had 2 early chances in the first half. Now starting again at even steam.
Yeah, a good 45 minutes for Ireland. But they've still got to concentrate. No silly mistakes, individual mistakes. And keep closing down the way they did first half and stop the Swedes from playing.
Forward then, first touch for Antonsson, and a missed kick then by Olsen, and a throw to Ireland. Jonas Olsen is in the funny side of that. He was a snarling figure in the first half up against his clubmate Shane Long. Coleman with the throw to Walters, back towards Coleman. Shelster's won it, but in then went Paul Green, and now it's Long. Nice little touch there for Walters, and Walters for Coleman. And Coleman challenged by Safari. It's a throw to Ireland. No one has come close for him at all. And eventually Paul Green offers himself. Green for Coleman in the challenge by Shellstrom. Irish throw.
Green was frightened to go over because he was thinking about Ibrahimovic.
O'Shea up against Hussein. It's on by McCarthy. Now Walters. Robbie Keane taking over, and the flag goes up against Robbie Keane. Walters had been onside, but Keane was just, I think, marginally ahead of him.
Yeah, was he coming back?
No protest from Robbie Keane. The free kick has been awarded.
He looks all right on the screen there. He looks miles onside.
Isaacson with the free kick, dropping for Ibrahimovic. On towards Hussein. Ford calls and Ford collects.
Ibrahimovic is just saying to Hussein there, tell me, I can take it down on my chest. I can turn and go at the Irish defence. He did have a lot of room.
Straight down the middle towards Long. Won by Antonsson. It's come to O'Shea. And now it's Coleman. Coleman for Walters. It's bounced nicely for Shellstrom. Up the line for Ibrahimovic. Kieran Clark with him. And Ibrahimovic's pass intercepted by McCarthy. Keane getting involved. McCarthy's run on. That's instead to Long. McCarthy's the only Irish player in the middle. Long then back to James McLean, who has a look and sees there's nobody there. And taking on Larsson is Sunderland clubmate, and Larsson just got the better of it.
Yeah, good defender by Larsson. McLean trying to go at him, get outside him. He does well, Larsson. I thought McLean would have got past him. Good defending.
Granqvist. That was intercepted by McCarthy. Wilson. It's Larsson forward. It's come to Wilson again. Larsson. Hussein. O'Shea away. Granqvist down the line. Turned back by Elm, cleared away by Paul Green. And a little push there by the new man, Antonsson. On Shane Long, Irish free kick.
Silly free kick, Antonsson. Shove in the back of Long, no need.
Mark Wilson to take the free kick. Towards Walters, little header down to Keane, lovely little flick from him. Shane Long, Robbie Keane once again. Just all got a bit too tight, too many yellow shirts around, and Olsen taking the easy way out, putting it out of play.
Panic, the Swedish defence.
Coleman. Too close to Isaacson. It's Ibrahimovic. Back then for Shellstrom, and Shellstrom wide for Safari. Ibrahimovic now in the central position. Focal point of the attack, Shellstrom in possession. Jonas Olsen. And Shellstrom once more. Sebastian Larsson. And Shellstrom. Ibrahimovic. Shellstrom once more. A little dart up the touchline that might have led to something, but Elm frustrated, the ball out for an Irish goal kick.
Yeah, Ireland doing that job well, getting the banks forward across and stopping them, getting balls into the feet of Ibrahimovic and Hussein. They've done it well.
Swedish Prince taking it all in. So Shea, and the headers find John Walters, seeking assistance from Coleman. Over the head of Shane Long, headed away by Olsen. Onto it comes McCarthy. Burst by James McCarthy. Walters. Robbie Keane. And then Coleman with some room to measure the cross. He's just managed to find the back of Behran Safari. And the throw is the outcome. McCarthy goes down. Referee didn't see a foul there. Sweden to burst free. Ibrahimovic. Hussein's gone on a darting run ahead. Ibrahimovic looking for Larsson. Glance off the forward of Mark Wilson and safe in the arms then of David Ford.
Ibrahimovic dropping off. Difficult ball to play to get Larsson in.
And that's gone all the way through to David Ford's opposite number. Shane Long, again, unhappy with the attention he's getting from that man there.
He believes he's getting pushed every time. What he's doing is backing in, and Olsen seems to put his hands up every time.
Clark was decisive in that case. Ford's clearance is straight to Elm, but Keane is there to win it back. McCarthy, Green. On for Coleman, but a poor pass.
Only needed to roll it to his feet. Game's gone into a funny lull. I think it's going to help the Swedes more than the Irish at the moment. They're getting on the ball.
Jonas Olsen. Clark got there ahead of Hussein. And out for the Swedish throw. Ibrahimovic. Forward by Shellstrom. Kieran Clark up decisively. And Wilson losing out to Larsson. Clark felt he wasn't sure precisely what kind of support he had around him there.
Yeah, he did well originally, didn't he? Getting away, he just needed to roll her into Wilson's feet.
It's a throw to Sweden. Fist gets the throw. Slightly flat start of the second half after what went before. Here the crowd feel it too. They're going to a Swedish round of applause to try and lift things up. Grandqvist right back for the second half in place of the injured Lustig. It's down for Walters. O'Shea got the better of Ibrahimovic. Rolled on for Coleman. Coleman taking on Safari. Coleman. And now with McCarthy through Walters. And McCarthy on to Wilson. higher towards Long. No trouble to Antonsson. Wilson descended back again. Shane Long's up. And down for Antonsson. Challenged by Long, who's won it back. But Antonsson recovered. Irish throw.
So unlucky, Shane Long. Wins it, and then it just spins off his chest. Goes back behind him. Great closing down.
Throw from Wilson to Keane in the corner. Back then for McLean. His cross met by Olsen's forward. Ibrahimovic getting the better of Green. It's come down though for Coleman. Green is there to assist. On to Wilson. McCarthy. And Wilson, the diagonal ball towards Walters. Won though by Safari. Irish throw. Shane Long. Oh, right across the face of that goal, and Antonsson taking no chances, putting it out for a throw.
What a ball in an area where you usually find Robbie Keane, but he wasn't. He was 2 or 3 yards out. He didn't expect it coming in, but brilliant by Long.
McLean for Wilson. Drilled over there, but much too much pace on it, really. Out for a goal kick.
Much too much pace. Here we are again. Long, he's away. Now whips it in there. Just a header, nobody in there. Walters tried. Robbie Keane on the edge of the box. Somebody's got to get in if the centre forward goes out wide.
Coleman caught in possession. Ibrahimovic goes down. And the referee awards a throw-in.
Yeah, they're the sort of individual mistakes you talk about. Coleman needed to just get it away. Tried to take Ibrahimovic on and got cut out.
So a throw to Sweden. And Coleman rises. Oh, it's Larsson's there, and it's just hooked away by McLean. What a very important intervention that was.
Dangerous times.
Grandquist still. But one back by McCarthy, and Robbie Keane towards Shane Long, but it's straight down the middle. Antonsson is there to steer it back to Isaacson. Ireland just getting a little bit caught on the retreat. Maybe just at this stage they're guilty of inviting Sweden onto them. Elm. Safari for Shellstrom. Antonsson. Larsson. John O'Shea's headed away. Green for Wilson. Shane Long up at Antonsson. Shellstrom. Shellstrom once more. It's now Elm, Safari and Olsen. Quarter of an hour of the second half gone. Larsson, Shellstrom, Grandquist and Shellstrom. Safari. Burst to the left back. Safari looking for Hussein. Safari once more. This is Larsson. And wide.
Just starting to get a little bit on top. Sweden. Ireland beginning to drop off. Centre backs are dropping off. Start getting people out again. That comes to Larson. He strikes a ball usually very, very well. It just goes across. This is the Coleman one that I was on about. Trying to be clever, should have got it out. May have gets a touch on it. Just gets himself in trouble by trying to be smart.
He felt he should have had more. Ireland attempt to come back, cut out by Granqvist. Larsson, Antonsson, Safari. Larsson, Shellstrom. Olsen. Safari. Ibrahimovic. Little flick on. And Coleman is fouled. The first push came from the Swede. Kacalikcic.
Coleman follows the run, which is good. Kacalikcic is not quick enough for him. As Coleman sees the run happening, gets himself across. Kacalikcic has to foul him.
Irish free kick. Forward, Coleman, Walters, now Shane Long, taking on Olsen and beating him, but couldn't quite find Keane. Safari, Ibrahimovic, Larsson, Shellstrom, looking for Hussein. And Wilson was there to make sure that nothing dangerous developed.
He's just starting to get a bit more space. And they're not closing down as well as they were in the first half. And then that gives Shellstrom to put that ball over the top for Hussein. Whether it could be a bit of tiredness creeping in. Is it time for change in midfield? Get people closer to them again.
Well, Shellstrom has come to take the corner. Ibrahimovic, a menacing presence in the box. Shellstrom's corner, and Ford is there to take. Confident goalkeeping.
Very good. Great when your keeper does that, when you're under a bit of pressure. Keeper comes and takes it, and takes all the pressure off everyone.
He's waited a long time for the opportunity. David Ford has been around the clubs. He's distinguished himself in the League of Ireland too. Now Millwall's man. Credits Kenny Jackett, his manager, there with a lot of the improvement that he's put in this season. It's brought him to this point. He's the oldest, as the boys were saying, ever to make his competitive debut for the Irish at the age of 33. Kacalikcic losing out. The ball has gone out of play. Say Seamus Coleman lost out as well. It's a throw to Sweden. Gonna have to concentrate on another Swedish attack that thankfully for Ford the men in front have snuffed out. Shane Long. Keane through the middle. Long is eased out of it by Safari. Shellstrom. Ibrahimovic goes down dramatically, challenged by O'Shea. And free kick to Sweden. Antonsson. Elm. Hussein down for Shellstrom. Safari. Shellstrom once more. So Shea's header away. Elm and Shellstrom. Kacalikcic, Shellstrom,
Shellstrom. Larson. Hussein hardly expected me to run in there at that pace.
He just took a chance, Larson, didn't he? Played it round the corner, nobody was going.
Austria's victory over the Faroe Islands is almost complete. They're now 5-0 up. And one of those goals coming from the Bayern Munich left back, David Alaba. 5-0. The Austrians now lead the Faroe Islands.
Allen finally get a free kick. Olsen again on long.
Tony O'Donoghue is down on the touchline. There could be some movement on the Irish bench.
Well, as you know, George, the teams go and do their warm-ups. The subs warm up in threes, but they've changed the order, and Wes Houlihan and Conor Salmon have been sent out to warm up.
He's onside here. It's come through to McLean and cleared away, and the pressure comes on from Ireland.
John Walters is looking at Robbie Keane and saying, why didn't you play it first time? Why did you let it bounce? Because there was 2 Ireland players in the centre of the goal. He just had to knock it in quick.
Wilson takes the throw. Shane Long. Wilson's cross. Missed kick there by Olsen, and Walters attempted to retrieve it, but Safari saw him off. And now it's Kacaliknic. Losing out to McCarthy. An advantage played, it was a foul. Now Robbie Keane. Keane for Shane Long into the corner. McLean arrives in the middle, but Long can't keep it in play. And maybe if Tony's still there, we could get the conclusion of that point he was making.
Robbie Keane's
well, George,
Giovanni
Trapattoni and Marco Tardelli have actually been talking, and it looks like they're ready to bring and Salmon and Wes Houlihan are the ones, it seems, that they're thinking of, because they made their warm-up routine out of turn, as it were.
Thank you. That's be an interesting one to see if they do, and certainly 2 interesting ones to call on at this point in the game. Sweden having survived that little scare, and we have moved into the final quarter of the game. Sweden making something of a mess of it.
And the crowd are getting restless. There's going to be another substitution by Sweden, but the crowd are getting restless. They're not getting what they come to see, which was good football and lots of goals. Ireland are doing it well.
Now it's McLean. Long in a good position forward. Keane's through the middle too. Wilson making ground outside. That might come to Long. No, it just fizzed across the face of the goal and away.
It was a shot, wasn't it? McLean. But Long nearly got on the end of it behind.
Olva Toivonen, PSV midfielder, is the player that they're going to call upon. Screen. Now Walters. McCarthy. And Wilson. And James McLean. And McLean tripping over the outstretched leg of Granqvist and getting the free kick. And this is a good position for Ireland.
Great position. It's good to see McLean being positive. When he's positive, he looks at play. When he starts going inside, he doesn't. But doing that, drops the shoulder outside the full back. It's a free kick in a good position.
Sweden won't make their change yet. McLean just being advised to wait until the referee blows the whistle. O'Shea just came for a quick word. Larson and Hussein are the two forming the little wall there. James McLean then with a variety of targets in there. Delivery's good. Defence was good too by Ibrahimovic. And away by Kacaliknic, but only as far as Coleman. Clark too close to the goalkeeper, and the moment's gone. Pulled out to Ibrahimovic, laid off to Larsson, and James McLean was there to block it and prevent the ball going forward. And now the change for Sweden. It's Tobias Hysén is going to go off to be replaced by Ola Toivonen. An attacking midfield player, plays with PSV Eindhoven. This will be his 30th international cap. Toivonen, who has one appearance in this qualifying campaign so far. That was against Kazakhstan in the match that Sweden won by 2-0 back in September. Toivonen now has gone into the offensive position that had been occupied by Tobias Hysén.
It's another 6-foot-something player coming on.
And that was important by Kieran Clark. Two of Sweden's substitutes then on. Toivonen's first touch is to direct the ball out of play.
Well, the manager's got to be thinking, it looks like he's talking to Wes Hoolahan over there. Tardelli. And the manager's got to make a decision soon. Do I go for it, or do I stay with this same formation and hang on for the draw? It's decisions like that for managers which are the hard ones.
Larsson getting away from McLean, but will be retrieved by Wilson. It's headed away by Jonas Olsson. In arrived Green, but it's laid off by Toivonen, Källström, and now Kacaliknic. Forward towards Ibrahimovic. O'Shea stayed close. Ibrahimovic, though, retains possession. Elm. Safari reading up the left. Back then for Källström. Not a particularly good ball, headed away by McLean. Robbie Keane trying to bring it under control, and losing out and fouling Granqvist. And Granqvist intervening there. James McCarthy gets a yellow card for involving himself too much.
Didn't need to get involved.
Second Irish player to get a yellow card. It looked as that might have been a handball.
It was a handball, wasn't it? And then it's for this more than anything, the kicking and trying to stop it. But McCarthy just tries, or he just stops Granqvist from taking the free kick.
Second yellow of the night. The other was Paul Green's. Free kick that Källström will take. Defended by Mark Wilson. Back in again by Elm, but the Swedish caught rather flat-footed there, all offside. So, does he make a change? 15 minutes to go.
He is going to make a change, but who is he bringing off?
Källström. And a barge in the back by Safari. And John Walters.
Safari's hurt himself. He's gone down. It looks like he'd done his shoulder when he banged into the back of Walters.
McCarthy saying, you booked me for something more innocent than that. Here's the change. It's Wes Hoolahan for Robbie Keane. With 15 minutes to go. That's a bold decision by Giovanni Trapattoni.
It is a bold decision because Robbie Keane has done that job very, very well tonight of dropping back into midfield. They've started lately to get on Elm and Källström, and that's probably why the manager's thinking energy, a little bit more in there. He'll have to go behind long, and he's got to watch Källström and Elm getting on the ball and stopped it.
Well, that's a big call by Trapattoni with 15 minutes to go. Houlihan on the pitch. And the yellow card goes Sweden's way this time.
Seamus Coleman is having a right go at Marco Tardelli. I don't know what Tardelli was saying to him, but it was stopping him from taking the free kick.
Well, there you go, that's the outcome of it, delaying at the free kick. Coleman and McLean, and it's with Isaacson. Rather bizarre that was. The third Irish yellow card. And that went out of play. Throw to Sweden. Toivonen. And McLean slides in, puts the ball out. Toivonen stays down, the crowd bay, and the referee says he got the ball. It's fair enough, it's a throw in.
That is trying to get a player booked. He wins the ball and he does not get anywhere near Toivonen. He screams and is straight back up on his feet.
Grandqvist. And that's Green's tackle on Larsson. Toivonen. Ford saw the danger coming and came out to avert it. It's come down for Houlihan. Walters. Houlihan again. And Houlihan then for McLean. And McLean delivers. And it's cleared by Elm. Green opting for safety first, back to Clark. McCarthy and Clark. Grandqvist's header. Green comes in. And Houlihan losing out, but Green picking up the pieces. Houlihan's made a dart up the touchline. McLean back for Wilson. Clark. Shane Long. Then it's McLean. And Wilson on the wing. And Wilson with a shot. Well, he got the opener against the Faroes back in October.
When he's coming inside there, I'm thinking, is this going to be the same as the Faroes when he whacked it in the top of the net? He was off target on this one.
O'Shea going in. Ibrahimovic. Larsson. Ibrahimovic continued the run, but David Ford comes out to make the catch. They can make one more change. Will they?
They're looking as if they were going to, don't they? They're probably thinking as well, do we throw another forward on to try and win it?
Well, as expected, Austria have completed their victory against the Faroes. 6-0 the final score. Of course, earlier Germany beat Kazakhstan by 3-0 in Astana. And this match at 0-0. Delicately poised. Houlihan. Challenge gives Ireland the throw. Austria will have tails in the air when they arrive at the Aviva next Tuesday on the back of that victory. Walters couldn't control it. Austria also Sweden's next opponents in this qualifying group, but that won't be until June. Foul by McLean on Larsson.
Very easily went down, didn't he, Larsson? McLean gets a bit close to him, closing down. Got it right, the referee and the official.
free kick for Källström to take. Inside the final 10 minutes. Trajectory wasn't the ideal, and now it's Long, and if Long just unable to get it away, and a free kick's been awarded against Long for the challenge on Larsson that's left Long injured.
Houlihan can't believe it. He's made a great run. Shane Long only had to play it round the corner. He tries to get hold of it and have 2 touches. Houlihan was away on his own. Got to make the right decisions at big times in the game.
Well, here's another decision by Trapattoni. Andy Kill will be on in a moment, but not until Sweden had taken this free kick. Returned again by Elm, and Ford is underneath it. Just happy to see it go over the crossbar. And Andy Kill brings the Millwall representation to 2, and he's comes on in place of James McLean for the last 8 minutes of the game. Andy Kill, who scored the consolation goal of the 6-1 hammering by Germany.
Well, I'm not too sure on that one. I thought McLean was showing lots of energy down this side, closing down. Walters has come onto this side on the left now. Kyo will go on the right.
Wilson. And Walters has it, but Larsson was there to assist. Kacaliknic. Källström. And Safari on the overlap. Coleman in the way. Källström wins it back from McCarthy. Elm. Coleman stretching, but it's come now to Safari. His cross almost to Ibrahimovic. A shot, and in goes Toivonen, and Green into. And Walters cleverly gets away from Elm. A moment of danger in front of the Irish goal. John Walters looking for options. Houlihan's one of them. Houlihan away from the challenge there of Källström. Little scampering run of his. On for Kyo, but not a good pass by Houlihan, and he knows it, head in his hands, and Isaacson able to gather in.
Great skill by Houlihan. Why doesn't Kyo stay wide? He closes the whole thing down, and it's a very difficult ball then for him to play. This is the cross in. Ibrahimovic tries this diving header. It's a good header by Green in the end. It had to be won against Toivonen.
And Ibrahimovic, frustrated, picks himself up. It's the collision with Clark.
He's missed it.
And that's got the crowd exercised. Källström, it's down for Walters, then Green and Wilson. 5 minutes to go. Shane Long off a chase. Antonsson there to take advantage of Long's little slip. It's come down for Grandfist. Ibrahimovic, clever little layoff, but didn't quite reach Kacalinich, and Coleman has it. Into the corner goes Kill. Houlihan. McCarthy. Coleman and Houlihan. And it's rebounded from McCarthy. And just overhit and behind for goal kick.
It was a great ball, but I don't think Andy Kyo was on the same wavelength.
Final change for Sweden then. Jimmy Durmaz comes on to celebrate his 24th birthday today with his 5th cap.
dual nationality, has Turkish citizenship as well as Swedish, and plays his football in Ankara. And the final change for Ireland is the introduction of Conor Salmon. So this is a statement of intent by Trapattoni. And he's putting on the big man in place of Shane Long to freshen up his attack for these last few moments.
I'll be looking at balls down the sides of centre-backs now and let Conor Salmon run the ball out into the corners if he has to.
It's John Walters. And stopped by Granqvist. And immediately Durmas is involved. Granqvist to the cross, headed away by Clark. Andy Keogh. Houlihan laid off then for McCarthy. And on for Coleman. Keogh. Houlihan. So all rather too long. Had to go through to David Ford. We're rapidly approaching the conclusion of this 88th minute. Ronnie, time for you to nominate your 3 man of the match.
There's a few in the running tonight. You know, I looked at McLean going off, Keane going off. I thought McLean did a good job up and down the left. Robbie Keane did a great job early on, especially sitting in against Shellstrom and Elm. But for me tonight, I enjoyed James McCarthy playing in that centre midfield role, getting on the ball, trying to make things happen. Worked very, very hard, closed down people. The 3 man of the match for me is James McCarthy.
Celebrating an 11th international appearance, and one that he didn't expect to get the way the talk was earlier in the week. But he's ending the week with the man of the match accolade after this performance tonight in Stockholm. Houlihan winning it from Shellstrom. Keogh. Keogh then for Coleman. Back then for John O'Shea. Intercepted by Safari, and now it's Elm. Forward towards Ibrahimovic. Wilson did well, though, keep Ibrahimovic quiet, which has been the case most of the evening.
Yeah, you look across the back 4, Wilson, Clark, O'Shea, Coleman. For me, they've all done a good job tonight. They've looked very, very steady, the 4 of them together.
In goes McCarthy, and that ball goes out. It's going to be a throw to Sweden. We're in the final minute now. Toivonen. Kacaliknic. Safari. Shellstrom. Over the top for Kacaliknic. Coleman's there. And the assistant, the 4th official, I should say, holds up the board to say there'll be 2 additional minutes. 2 minutes, and really, if it stays like this, you have to look on the bright side, because it will be 2 points dropped by Sweden at home.
Yes, which is brilliant for us. And coming away here, not what we expected, George, is by a lot of us. And I think tonight the work done by the team has been immense. They've all worked very, very hard. And I think there is a place for skillful players like Houlihan and McCarthy.
Salmon bumped out of the way. It's Green on for Wilson. Well, the fans are acclaiming the performance. The scarves are held aloft, the flags too. And the Fields of Athenry is getting another outing. And we approach the end of the first minute of the additional 2. Ibrahimovic against Coleman. And Seamus Coleman sees it out, and it's a goal kick. And that's another aspect of the performance that should not be overlooked. He's been kept quiet.
Very quiet. You know, we all talked about scoring against England as 4 against England, and the big comeback they had against Germany, but they're not the greatest team in the world, Sweden. And I think we got a little bit caught up in how good they may be, or how good and what they'll do to us. But we can't take any credit away from the Irish players tonight. All of them have been very good.
You can't overlook the fact too that in the Euro
Ukraine. They lost to Ukraine and England and only beat France when it didn't matter. They were on the way home early too. And if this is to be a joust for second place behind the Germans with Sweden, it would appear that tonight's evidence suggests it's a contest that can be won.
They keep pulling out performances.
Not quite over yet. David Ford has to make the save right at the finish, proving that it ain't over until the final whistle sounds. Third big save by David Ford tonight.
And it's a corner, and they've got 6 or 7 6'5" men in the box.
Last throw, but Ford equal to the challenge. And it's the end of the game. And fitting that it should end with a goalkeeper who has enhanced his reputation hugely this evening as well, with 3 big saves. The ball dispatched into the crowd. A handshake for Trapattoni. That has to go down as a point won and 2 lost for Sweden.
It also goes down as a very, very good performance, George, by a lot of players who are under immense pressure to try and get something here. It's hard enough to come here and get a result, but when you come here under the pressure, these players, where all the things that happened with the managers throughout, players just want to play football. And I thought some of them put on a great performance tonight. As I mentioned, Robbie, McLean as well, McCarthy. To a man, they've stood up to it, and they've got a great result going back to Lansdowne on Tuesday night against Austria. So all credit to the Irish players tonight.
A couple of chances at the outset. Robbie Keane at a fresh air. Shane Long blasted one over the bar. But we can't overlook the fact that there were 3 huge saves by David Ford. One from Hussein, one from Grandfist from a free kick, and right at the finish there to create the corner that was the last action of the game. All round, all good. And a point to take home to the Aviva and Austria on Tuesday night. Final score in the Friends Arena in Stockholm is Sweden 0, Ireland 0.
That's a hugely important point for Ireland, and indeed a very happy Irish fan group there. And this is how Group C looks after the matches played tonight. Germany on top, Sweden in second position, Austria and ourselves both have 7 points. They're ahead on goal difference. But we play them on Tuesday in a hugely important game. I'm inclined to say, fellas, oh ye of little faith.
What about yourself, Bill?
What about myself? Well, I'm not the analyst.
But you set it up.
I mean, I think... John said he thought we'd get a draw. Liam said he thought we'd get a draw. I said that I thought we'd lose.
Yeah.
Well, the build-up to the match, Bill, wasn't ideal, to put it mildly.
No, that's true.
The man of the match that Ronnie picked, and rightly picked, James McCarthy, was dropped for this game. And then he came back in the team this morning because Glenn Whelan took a knock in training.
Not McCarthy, I mean.
McCarthy.
Yeah, I thought you said McLean there.
No, McCarthy, sorry. Oh, McCarthy.
Yeah.
Wasn't due to play. He was
true, that's true.
He was outstanding. And, James McLean was outstanding, I thought. Seamus Coleman, the goalkeeper. Wes Hoolan, when he came on, gave a little cameo for 15 minutes of wanting to play, getting on the ball, doing really well, and he should be in the side on Tuesday. Don't let's forget where this started. Robbie Brady yesterday, this time last night, was supposed to be playing. So it was a bit shambolic before the game. But what was established tonight was that, and this is the 14th game now, that they've been unbeaten in competitive away games under Trapattoni. So we only take that.
Which is a terrific record.
We don't take that away from him or from the players.
Yeah.
The players were magnificent tonight, most of them. I didn't think Robbie Keane played well at all. I don't think Glenn Whelan should come back in the side. Green really did well in that role of screening in front of the back four. He's quicker, he's got more energy than Whelan, and he's mentally more alert. So there are a lot of positives to take out. And in terms of qualifying for Rio, we've got that poor Swedish team.
At home.
Yeah. The mystery is, how did they score 4 against Germany and against England?
4 against England, exactly.
But we did really well tonight.
Yeah.
So it's a very solid performance from a very committed group of young players, on the whole young players.
OK, what have we learned, John, tonight now, looking to the future, as it were?
Well, I think particularly lots to learn about Sweden. I think the players did very, very well. The attitude was good, and we've never ever doubted that attitude on the pitch, no matter who played. But I thought Sweden were there for the taking in the second half.
Yeah, you said it at half-time.
And we got a little bit negative on it because I think we were happy with the draw. And that happens, if people say, well, be a good point tonight, and that's what you get. But I think it was there for the taking. So I don't think there's anything to really fear from Sweden. That's for sure. And stuff here, and we're well capable of beating
against Austria.
Well, no, even against Sweden, who were supposed to be our main. Obviously got to play Austria, Bill. But Sweden are no great shakes. That's for sure. And I think I would agree with Eamon. A couple of changes here and there. Maybe Houlihan playing a bigger part than he played tonight would improve the side even more. But nothing wrong with the attitude. It was good and a well-deserved draw.
Okay, I'll ask you the same question, Liam. What did we learn tonight going forward?
I don't know. You know, we were up against a very physical side, and tonight we more or less cancelled one another out. We didn't really create any clear-cut chances. I think we have to admire the Irish performance in keeping a clean sheet, because the team kept their shape, the tactics proved to be right, with Trapattoni playing green in that position. Everybody worked extremely hard, so the spirit in the camp is not damaged by some of the things that were said before the game, that the press highlighted and we highlighted.
And we worried about, I suppose.
Yeah, we worried about, but McCarthy didn't show any ill effects from Trapattoni saying he's not a really creative player. We have a very, very strong set of players who give their all. We lack a bit of quality. I thought that showed tonight.
Yeah.
I thought Jonathan Ward has worked his socks off, but his control of the ball wasn't always good. I thought Shane Long had a poor game tonight. I didn't think he did anything special.
You know, we had no shot on target. Do you know that?
Sorry?
We had no shot on target.
Well, there you go. You know, I think you need a bit of quality as well, and perhaps we just don't have the players. Like Eamon, like John, pleased to see Houlihan coming on. I think he can make things happen, and I think it could be a position for him to take Robbie Keane's place in time. Maybe
Tuesday,
maybe sooner rather than later. To ask Robbie to play 2 games, but let's not fool ourselves. It's a very good point tonight, but we're going to struggle to beat Austria on Tuesday night, because that's the kind of team we are.
Yeah, okay. And we'll have to beat them to keep going. Right. We're going to take a break, and then we'll be back for post-match reaction.
Couples meet for the very first time.
We all dance! We all party!
Have 3 big nights out.
There's a lot of touching and grabbing on the dance floor there, actually, yeah.
And then vote on each other's hosting skills.
The 4 people we meet are going to go home traumatised after they meet us.
What's your name? So, what could possibly go wrong?
I did not say anything about it. If I go back to that table, there will be bloodshed.
6 in the City, a brand new series, starts Monday at 9:30 on RTE2.
Say hello to the Great Irish Event at SuperValue. Quality you can trust, supporting over 30,000 Irish jobs. Great quality Irish meat like SuperValue fresh Irish basted pork loin chops, dry cured bacon chops with mustard butter, and round steak mince, only €3 each. This great selection of fresh fruit and veg, any 3 for €2. And Irish family favourites, only €2 each. The Great Irish Event at SuperValue. SuperValue. Real food, real people.
Meteor wrote the book on value. Page 20 says, seize the deal. Leg it to Meteor for our best ever €20 top-up deal. And now you'll get unlimited free any network texts and Meteor calls, plus loads more free internet, and you keep the €20 credit. But it's only available for a limited time. So, switch your upgrade in-store and seize the deal.
I think it's human nature to want to explore, to find your line and go beyond it.
The only limit is the one you set yourself.
For everyone dreaming of a French holiday, thousands of glasses are gleaming and pillows plumped in hundreds of cabins on Irish ferries, with a choice of restaurants, bars and shows, so you can have a holiday on the way. Secure the dates your family wants and bring your own car for just €100 to. Summer in France has never been so affordable. Book now on irishferries.com. The way to go.
Good morning, this is Ashton O'Reilly.
Oh boy, oh joy, do-do-de-o-de-o, oh boy, I'm lucky, I say I'm lucky, this is my lucky day. Now I'm in clover, I'm glad.
Some days, a little can mean a lot, which is why you can get a €2 cappuccino on the McDonald's Eurosaver menu any day.
OXO, the magic cube.
Take a new look at Hyundai, Ireland's fastest growing car brand, changing people's minds every day. Discover the Hyundai i30 and experience brilliant moments from €18,995. And now, when you take a test drive, you could win a stunning new generation Hyundai i30. Now that would be a brilliant moment. For details, visit Hyundai Ireland on Facebook or Hyundai.ie.
Well, tonight's three man of the match in Stockholm was James McCarthy, and he's now talking to Tony O'Donoghue.
Thanks very much indeed. Yes, James McCarthy is the three man of the match, and Elaine Carey, the Chief Commercial Officer of Three, is here to present you with your prize. And congratulations, James, and well done.
Cheers, thank you.
A very important point for Ireland, and one perhaps a lot of people didn't expect we could get.
Yeah, it's a very tough place to come in. There are no passengers. You can see they're doing well in the group, and it's a massive point to come here, and the way we done it was superb.
This was a match that you weren't even selected to play in yesterday.
Yeah, well, obviously it's down to the boss, and he picks the team, and obviously, unfortunately, Glenn got injured, and I got in the team, and obviously I wanted to try and prove a point and try and stay in the team as much as I can. But obviously, it's not just about me. It's the main thing is the team. It's a superb point to come here and get a point away from home is massive for us.
Did you think you proved today that you can be a creative player as well as an industrious player?
Yeah, I think it's just as it says, it's the boss's call, and hopefully give him a head up for Tuesday night.
Do you think it's a game that we might have won?
Yeah, well, we had a couple of half chances. We could have sneaked it in the end, but I think just